Alright, so before I get started teaching my lesson, I just want to do a little intro, tell you what it's about and what strategies I'm using. My lesson will be a reading lesson, and it will be about comprehension and kind of like plot and sequencing of the text, and it will be for the first grade level. I'll be using a before, during, and after reading strategies while I'm teaching, and I'll use the Chris Tovani strategies from the book, Do I Really Have to Teach Reading? My before reading strategy is predictions. During reading, we will stop and think and talk. After reading, we will write about it. All right, and here is a little list with my citation on it, which I will also upload. I just wanted to flash my standards really fast. I will also upload these, but they are basically just your first grade reading standards for comprehension with a literary text and a little bit of writing, because they'll be doing a little bit of writing after, and it'll be like a shared group writing. All right, so I'm just going to start as if I were teaching to a whole bunch of kids out there. So this is what we're going to read today, guys. Can you guys read that? I see some sight words in there. If you give a mouse a cookie. I bet some of you have read this before, and if you have, you can't tell us how it goes. All right, so if you give a mouse a cookie, what could happen if you give a mouse a cookie? What would a mouse do? Would a mouse eat a cookie? Would he not want a cookie? Do mice like cookie? I want you guys to take 30 seconds and go ahead and think about it. What would happen if you gave a mouse a cookie? What could possibly happen? And in the classroom, I would really give them 30 seconds, but I'm just going to skip ahead. All right, so you've thought about it. You had some predictions. Some of you said he would eat it immediately. Some said he would use it for a house. He'd build a little house out of it, a little lean-to with a cookie. Some of you said he would trade it for some cheese. All right, so we're going to figure out what really happens if you give a mouse a cookie. And I want you to think about what you thought. Those are called predictions. You predicted what was going to happen. That's what you thought was going to happen. So while we read, I want you to keep those in mind. So if we come across where he says, oh, he traded the cookie for cheese, your prediction was right. All right. If you give a mouse a cookie, and it's by Laura Jo Numeroff, and it was illustrated by Felicia Bond, and written is who wrote the words, and illustrated is what? Who wrote the pictures. Good job. All right, you give a mouse a cookie. There's a cute little drawing at the beginning. He has a little backpack on. It looks like he's a smart mouse. I don't know if he's going to be trading that for cheese. Oh, and there's the little boy. What's he doing? He's eating cookies. If you give a mouse a cookie, so there's the mouse. He's going to ask for a glass of milk. Did any of you guys guess that? You did? Oh. When you give him the milk, there he is with his milk. What do you think is going to happen when you give him the milk? Raise your hand. Oh, good answers, good answers. He'll probably ask you for a straw. You were right. When he's finished, he'll ask for a napkin. Then he'll want to look in the mirror to make sure he doesn't have a milk mustache. So you're going to have to hold him up to the mirror because he's little. When he looks into the mirror, he might notice his hair needs a trim. So he'll probably ask for a pair of nail scissors. Now, just look at this little dude and think about nail scissors. Those are like little nail clippers. Why would a mouse use that to trim his hair? Because he's little, you're right. All right, so he's looked in the mirror, he's had a haircut. Raise your hand. What do you predict will happen next? Good answers. When he's finished giving himself a trim, he'll want a broom to sweep up. He'll start sweeping. He might get carried away and sweep every room in the house. Well, that's not that bad, is it? He may even end up washing the floors as well. When he's done, he'll probably want to take a nap. Done a lot of work today. Now, do you think this mouse, whenever he was walking down the street outside, did he even think this is what he was going to do today? Did he have that planned out, do you think? I don't know. It's whatever you think. All because he got a cookie. He got a cookie. He needed milk. Then what did he need after he needed milk? A straw. And then what did he need? He had to look in the mirror and make sure he didn't have a milk mustache. And because he was looking in the mirror, then what? He had to cut his hair. And then what? He had to sweep. So all of that just because he got a cookie. You'll have to fix up a little box for him with a blanket and a pillow. He'll crawl in, make himself comfortable, and fluff the pillow a few times. He'll probably ask you to read him a story. All because he got a cookie. So you'll read him one of your books, and he'll ask to see the pictures. It sounds like you guys. When he looks at the pictures, he'll get so excited he'll want to draw one of his own. He'll ask for paper and crayons. So is he tired anymore? He got energized by that book. He'll draw a picture. Raise your hand. What do you think he's going to draw? Good answers. When the picture is finished, he'll want to sign his name. Did anybody guess his mouse family? I don't know if you guys did or not. I always like you guys to sign your name when you draw me pictures. With a pen. Then he'll want to hang his picture on your refrigerator, which means he'll need what? I think you're right. Scotch tape. I thought a magnet. He'll hang up his drawing and stand back to look at it. Looking at the refrigerator will remind him that. Remind him of what? Could it be cookies and milk? He's thirsty. Oh, look at him. Oh, so little boy looks tired. He'll ask for a glass of milk. And chances are, if he asks for a glass of milk, he will what? Raise your hand. Now, how do we know that? Why do we think he's going to want a cookie if he just asked for a glass of milk? What if he wants some cheese? Why do we think it's a cookie? Because that happened before. Ooh, good thinking. He's going to want a cookie to go with it. The end. There it was. If you give a mouse a cookie. Okay. So while we were reading, we stopped and we thought about all the things that happened and we thought about why they were happening. Like why he wanted a cookie after he got the milk. Now we're going to put some of that stuff in order. And we're not going to do all of it. We're just going to put some of it. So hold on one second and let me get my stuff set up. Alright, so now that we've read, we're going to put those events in order. I got all my stuff ready. You're going to get 5 of these cute little half sticky notes that I tore in half. And we're going to draw on the sticky notes, okay? So before we start drawing anything, don't draw anything yet. I want you to tell me something that happened in the story. And you can start at the beginning, you can tell me the end, you can tell me the middle, I don't care. What's something that happened in the story? Oh, we gave the mouse a cookie. Okay, that's a perfect first one. So on your sticky note, and I'm going to show you mine, you're going to draw the mouse and his cookie. Okay? Okay, so one of the first things you guys said that happened was that he wants a cookie. And we're going to draw that on our sticky note. And here's my little picture. And so that's what yours kind of should look like, a mouse and a cookie. Okay? It shouldn't take you very long. I'll give you a few seconds. And I want you to just sit that on your desk. Okay, tell me something else that happened. He swept up. He did. He cleaned that whole house, didn't he? So I want you to draw a little picture of your mouse sweeping. And again, I'll give you a few seconds to do it. That's all it should really look like. Nothing too fancy. Give yourself a mouse and give yourself him sweeping. Okay. All right. Tell me something else that the mouse did. He wanted milk, didn't he? He did want milk. He wanted milk twice. He wanted milk when? When we gave him a cookie. And then he wanted milk when? When he was thirsty. So which one do we want this one to be? At the end? Okay, so that can be at the end. All right, so you're going to draw your mouse with a big old cup of milk. Because he was thirsty. There's my mouse. Give yourself a few minutes to do that. All right. And now we've had 1, 2, 3. We need 2 more things, all right? 2 more events. Those are things that happened in the text. He got a haircut. That's right. He gave himself a haircut, didn't he? Draw your mouse giving himself a haircut. Take a few seconds. And one more thing. Raise your hand. Somebody tell me one more thing. The mouse went to bed. He did. He took a nap, didn't he? Because he was tired. Why was he tired? Because he swept. You're right. All right, now on your desk, you should have 5 sticky notes with 5 pictures. I want you to grab them, and I want you to start putting them in order, okay? So what happened first? We gave the mouse a cookie, you're right. So you're going to put him first, okay? And before you do this, I'm going to give you this handy-dandy chart so we can just go ahead and start putting them in there. See this chart? There's a top and there's a bottom. We're going to put our pictures in the top, okay? And your sticky notes should just stick to the paper. So put your mouse getting his cookie first. Just like that. Okay? Then what happened? He swept up? Well, why did he have to sweep up? Because he got a haircut. So haircut has to come next. And then what can come after haircut? Sweep up, because that's why he swept up. So this is what your chart should look like now. And if I was teaching this lesson to real kids, I would take just a little bit more time because it would take them longer to do it. I'm just doing it just to do it. All right, so he got a cookie. He got a haircut. He had to sweep up because of that haircut. Then what? He was tired, wasn't he? He was so tired after all that work. So you'll put that one next. All right, this is what your chart should be. And he was so tired. He drew the picture. You're right. We didn't draw that one, though. What else do we got? We have the milk. And why did he want the milk? Because he was thirsty. What did the milk make him want? A cookie. Perfect. And then we're back to kind of the beginning, aren't we? All right, so there's your pictures. Now we have little boxes down here, and we're going to label real easy what these pictures are, because somebody might not know that. And we're not going to use huge words. All right, so get your pencil out again and be ready to label. All right, for this next part, I would... if I was doing it in a classroom, I would write it underneath of my Elmo projector and let the kids see it. And they would tell me what we needed to write. We would write it, and then we would do it as a group. For the sake of this lesson, I'm not going to do that. I don't have my Elmo projector here. So this is what your chart is going to look like. So for the next phase, you're going to write, got a cookie, because that's what happened in that picture, right? Then we're going to write, cut his hair. We can sound out some of those words real easy. Then we're going to write swept up. Oh, I see a sight word. Took nap. Now, are these sentences? No, they're not sentences. But do they describe what happened? Are they telling me something? Yeah, I know he took nap. Now, I could say he took a nap, and that would be a beautiful, complete sentence. But we're not. We're just doing quick and easy. All right. And got some milk. That's our last event. Okay, good deal. Like I said, I would do that under an Elmo projector. I would give them time to copy, and I would let them help me come up with things if I was teaching it, but I'm not really. All right, that is my lesson on If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, using reading strategies by Chris Tavani, and talking about sequencing and plot and describing scenes in a plot. All right, thanks.